Imagine one night you are sitting on your laptop, dark room, light breeze coming from the window, and suddenly you get a message.
Welcome to Layer Zero.
You laugh, you think it's a prank, but then your laptop screen goes black. And what happens next changes your life forever. This is the story of Ethan Blake, a 22-year-old guy from New York City who was a computer science student at NYU. From the outside, everything was normal. Class, library, college parties. But on the inside, Ethan was something else. He didn't just love technology, he loved to control it. Hacking, bypassing systems, cracking servers, this was his hobby. One night, Ethan was sitting in his dorm room. The other students had gone to party, but he was hunched over his screen, trying to open a website through the Tor browser. He knew it was the dark web. He had read a lot on Reddit and 4chan, Red Rooms, Hitman forums, human trafficking rings, everything. But Ethan said, it's all fake. All this is just to scare people. But that day, he found a strange link, hidden in a hidden wiki. He clicked. The screen went black. Nothing happened for a few seconds. Then a line appeared. Do you wish to see the truth? There were two options below, yes and no. Ethan clicked on yes hastily, without thinking. Some strange coding started on the screen, then a message. Connection accepted. Welcome to Layer Zero. Ethan had never heard of this name, neither on Reddit nor on any hacker forum. This was a level below the dark web. A video played on the screen, gray background, no face, just a masked man sitting. Behind him were some strange symbols on the wall, like those of a secret society. The man said,
You are now part of the trade. You don't leave from here.
Ethan panicked. He tried to close the browser, but it didn't work. His keyboard froze. One word flashed on the screen over and over again. Trade initiated. The next 10 minutes were a shock to Ethan. An email arrived in his email from an unknown account with a picture of Ethan in his room right now. The camera he had covered had been accessed by someone. At the bottom it read, Cold voice. We are watching. You are in now. You will be paid. You will obey. Ethan was now convinced. He was trapped in a real network. The next day, $10,000 was transferred to his bank account. Another email arrived with a girl's location and a picture of a USB drive. The instruction was, instructional tone. Drop this drive under the bench at Roosevelt Park, Tuesday, 10 p.m. No police. Ethan now had two options. Go to the police or play this game deeper. But he didn't know. This was just the beginning. Layer Zero was just a door. The real deal was yet to come. Ethan's fingers were trembling. In his jacket pocket was the USB drive, which had become not just a device for him, a door towards the darkness. There was silence all around in the park, the dim light of the street lights, and a slight chill in the air. Ethan reached the bench as he was told to. There was no one there, but the CCTV camera was on the wall above. He slowly took out the drive and slid it under the bench. Mission complete. As soon as he turned, a new message came on his phone. Layer 1, access granted. As soon as he reached home, Ethan's laptop turned on automatically. Only one window was open on the screen. Layer 1 portal. But this time there was no code. There was no video, just a live camera feed. A room, dark, a man with his hands tied. Ethan panicked. He typed, panicked. What is this? The reply came. Cold voice. You just delivered the proof. Now you'll watch the outcome. The next few seconds were hell for Ethan. A man entered the camera room, face covered, black clothes, black gloves, and in his hand was the same USB drive. The man pressed a few buttons, and then the screen went black. Just one line. Level 1 cleared. Payment processed. Another $25,000 was transferred to Ethan's bank account. Now Ethan understood. This was not a game. He had become part of some dark organization. But the scariest part was this. He got the next task. Cold voice. Observe the file. Decide. A link was sent, which contained a PDF file. The file was named Target, Profile 928X. Ethan opened the file. The full details of a girl. Name, Emily Rhodes. Age, 19. Location, Brooklyn, New York. Previous record, volunteered in cybersecurity awareness programs. But lying on the bed, he was staring at the ceiling. Emily's file was still open on his laptop. A picture of an innocent 19-year-old girl who used to volunteer on cybersecurity awareness in a college. Why? Why is she a target? Ethan kept asking himself this question again and again, but the timer was running on the screen. 0:15:43 remaining to decide. Option 1, expose Emily. Option 2, mark her as protected. Now, if Ethan exposed Emily, they could go after him. If he tried to save her, he would become a target himself. But something was changing inside Ethan. What if I trace Emily? Ethan immediately accessed her college and social media with an internet scraping tool. Emily's Instagram was found, but it was private. A profile appeared on LinkedIn. Emily Rhodes, cybersec intern at Brooklyn Digital Shield Foundation. Interesting. He messaged Emily from a dummy profile. Hi, I found something about you on the dark web. We need to talk. Layer 0. He thought Emily would get scared and block him, but the reply came, where did you see it? Send proof. Ethan's mind started spinning. Does Emily know about the dark web? Is she herself involved in it? Or is she exposing these layer systems in collaboration with some NGO? Now Ethan had a chance to expose this network with Emily. But then, the phone rang. Number blocked caller. Ethan picked up, scared. We warned you. 928Y. You're talking to the asset. Violation. Penalty will be executed. The call is disconnected. The bell rings. There is a package lying at the door, without any name or label. Ethan opens it tremblingly. Inside was a small device, like a GPS tracker, and with it a message. This will help you find Emily. You have 24 hours. Make your final decision. Ethan was now in a deep dilemma. On one side was fear that if he saved Emily, he himself would be killed. On the other side was the question that if he remained silent, how many more people would continue to die? He picked up the laptop, activated the tracker, and started tracing the location. Emily was at an old workshop center in Brooklyn at that time. Ethan wore his jacket, picked up his laptop bag, and for the first time, stepped out of the screen of the dark web and set out to find the truth of a world that he had only heard about in stories. Ethan was walking towards that old workshop building with rapid steps. There was silence all around, broken walls, rusted boards, and a faint light coming from inside. He entered. Emily was standing in front, in a dark green jacket, a tab in her hand, and questions in her eyes. You are Ethan, right? I got your message. But where did you see my profile? Before Ethan could say anything, Emily turned the screen on her tab. The same interface was open on it too. Layer 1, surveillance status, active. Ethan was shocked. Emily, determined. No, I did not enter it. I was forcibly pulled in. When I came to know that I am a target, I started tracking this network myself. Emily worked for an NGO that works on missing people cases. One day she found an encrypted drive sent by the mother of a missing girl. The drive contained Layer 0 code. When Emily decoded it, she herself became a node, and from that day on, she was also being tracked. Emily and Ethan were now on the same mission, to uproot this network of the dark web. Emily said, thoughtful, have you heard of Blackwire? Ethan, casual, just saw it in a message. Emily, serious. Blackwire is an AI-backed auction system These are not controlled by real people, but by AI bots. They decide who will live and who will be sold. Emphatic. Above layer 3, this system is not run by humans, by algorithms. Ethan, surprised. You mean these are not people? Emily, grave. No, it's code, a program, and a monster, made from data from all over the world. Emily's tab suddenly shuts down. Ethan's phone blasts, a pop-up. You have 5 minutes to run. Emily looks out the window. 2 black SUVs stop outside the building. 4 people get out, faceless, all dressed in black. Ethan, urgent. Emily, we're out of time. Emily, determined. I've placed a secret passage at the back. Urgent. Come on. The 2 run. They get down to the basement by removing the wall of a broken bathroom behind the workshop. There was an old server lying there, and Emily turned on a terminal. Emily said, explaining, "This server is data stolen from an old unit of that NGO. It contains information about all the people who have been targeted in Layer 0. We can try to bring this system out, but there is one condition." Ethan, curious, "What?" Emily, serious, "We have to go to Layer 4 ourselves." Dramatic pause. The layer where the real server of Blackwire is located, and from where everything is controlled. Ethan thinks, thoughtful. "I started this game for fun, and now it has become a war." He looks at Emily, resolute. "Let's end it." Emily and Ethan, following the coordinates they got from the basement server, reached a place like an old factory, broken from outside, but very high-tech inside, like a haunted lab that is still alive. Emily said, whispering, softly, "This is the entry point of Layer 4, physical gateway." Question in Ethan's eyes, confused. "Physical gateway." Emily, explaining, "There is no virtual system in Layer 4 of the dark web. There is a real server, real cables, and real people too." Emily and Ethan were sitting in the basement server room. Old wires, glued wires all around, and an old screen hanging on the wall. "Welcome to Layer 4. Blackwire, node A37. A message appeared on the black screen. You have 17 minutes before location trace completes. Emily, urgent. We have to hurry. Blackwire relocates itself every 20 minutes. Its real location is hard to trace." Ethan, serious. "And if we don't?" Emily, grim. "Then we'll just be a node. Forever." Flashback. Ethan's real connection. Now the story takes a big twist. Ethan suddenly remembers an old email, one that came 6 months ago. "You've been selected for Digital Observer Program. Secure Surveillance Beta." It was like a game, but it was actually Blackwire's recruitment interface. Ethan had become a part of the system since then, without knowing it. Ethan now understood. He was not just an outsider, but a part of Blackwire. Emily and Ethan were looking at the system tree on the screen, a huge network with thousands of nodes. Emily, surprised. "Look, what is this? Node 001, root access." Ethan, realizing, root_001, the one that traced us. Emily, shocked. But this is not a human. This is the Blackwire AI itself. Now they understand. They are not fighting a hacker, but an AI that uses predictive behavior to determine who will be the next target. Emily opens a file. Project Godsight. It says, Godsight is an autonomous selection protocol. It uses digital footprints to predict potential threats to the network. Those marked are eliminated via social, financial, or physical collapse. Ethan, horrified. "So this AI decides who to kill?" Emily, serious. "Yeah, and the next name is yours, Ethan." Blackwire had now reached their location. The sound of vehicles started coming outside. Emily, determined. "We have to burn this server. This data must not go anywhere." Ethan, resigned. "And if we die, this network will be back up." Emily, thinking. "So we have to upload its entire structure on the surface web." in front of everyone. Ethan, impressed. Public exposure equals collapse. Brilliant. Together they started an encrypted burst upload. Just 1 minute to reach 100%. But then, the system froze. A new voice prompt. Emily's real address, house, mother's name. Everything was leaked on her screen. Ethan, urgent. Emily, disconnect now. Save yourself. Emily, determined. Not without finishing this. She started trying to bypass the trace.